Don't sleep on this cozy game like I did. Today I am reviewing Tiny Glade, and it is a diorama building game that released on September 23rd, 2024. And this game was highly anticipated. It got over 1 million wish lists on Steam, which is absolutely wild. And I won't lie, I was completely confused about why it had so many wish lists. I never tried the demo. I saw so many other cozy gamers trying the demo, other creators. I just wasn't interested at all. I kept telling myself I'm not good at building. I'm just bad at it. I don't like decorating. it's not for me. So I just continued to brush this game off and take it off my radar. And then it just kept popping up and popping up and popping up. But I stay firm. I'm stubborn. I stay firm in my decisions, okay? Kinda. And my friend, sweet Gemma, who is also a YouTuber, gifted me the game on Steam, so thank you so much. That's so kind. But when that happened, I felt really reluctant. I was like, I don't think I want to accept this because I'm not gonna like this game, blah, blah, blah. And then I told my YouTube and Twitch chat when I was streaming that I owned the game, and they were like, you're gonna play it, right? You should play it next stream. And I'm like, okay, I will. And I keep a promise. But I was so nervous for that stream, and what do you know? I ended up loving the game. That's what I'm making this video about. I'm gonna go through what I like about the game, what I want this game to have more of, or what I think it should add. And I'm also going to talk about what I don't like in this game. So stay tuned for that. I'm also going to show you some builds that I made, and we'll get into that as well. So let's get started. I don't have an intro song, but if I did, it might sound like that. So like I said, Tiny Glade is a diorama building game where you can create whimsical hobbit houses, stunningly detailed castles, and so much more. I've seen people get so creative with this, as I've watched a lot of people stream it on Twitch, because it's so fun to see what people create. When you start the game, you can choose from different options to build in. So there's summer, autumn, olden, winter, and there's also a daily theme option, which sets you up with a theme and a base to build off of. And I really like that, because when I started this game, I was very worried that I wouldn't have any inspiration. I wouldn't know what to build. So having that is really helpful for somebody like me. The game does not give a tutorial. Rather, you discover how to build and how to create in this game as you go. But I do feel like it is pretty beginner friendly. You can't really go wrong with what you make. It's not hard to make something that looks good. I personally do not really dabble in building games. I never made a Sims build. I don't even own the game. I've never played it. I always dropped my Animal Crossing island, but I'm working on it. I was worried that I'd feel overwhelmed, but I have not felt overwhelmed throughout the process of playing this game. Rather, I felt really inspired to create what I want to create, to find reference photos to go off of and create a build on, and that has been really fun for me. I continued to find new ways to create what I want to create, whether it was discovering, oh, you can have the roof just on 2 sides rather than 4. I was like, what? That was into my third build, and I was like, are you kidding me? I didn't know you could do that. So you discover things along the way. The easiest way for me to play this game, like I kind of mentioned, is by looking at a reference photo of something I want to create, whether it's a little house. I really like doing tiny houses, and then looking at the image, having the inspiration and kind of going based off of that, seeing what I can do with the game to recreate it. So that really helps me, and it makes sense that that's the way that I would work with this rather than just freestyling, because when I draw or I paint, I always need a reference photo to go off of, and then I find my inspiration, and then I go off and I'm like, okay, let me add a little bit of my Min twist into that. Let me add some of this, some of that, some of whatever. Then I'll put my own twist on it. But I need some references to go off of. The game doesn't give you that. You have to figure out what your inspiration is on your own. But as you play, you might discover some inspiration and be like, ooh, I could make this. Let me get a reference photo. So that's kind of how I like to play it. And I've been so inspired. I've been writing down builds that I want to do when Christmas comes around, because this game has different seasons and styles and things I want to do. And I just find myself getting way ahead of myself with this game. This game also does not have any quests. It does not have any management. It does not have any goals. So you might not like the game if it doesn't have that. I don't mind this aspect, but I know that some people really prefer to have goals in their game, and that is okay, but I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. This is a game where I just find myself creating my own goals because I personally feel so inspired to come up with my own ideas. Tiny Glade is also the best when played with mouse and keyboard, as that was how this game seems to be intended to play. The game even says under the Steam requirements that a mouse with 2 buttons and a scroll wheel is necessary for controlling the camera. So I'm not sure about controller support, if that's coming, or if you could play this on Steam Deck. Now let's go into what I love about the game: the sound effects as I'm building. They are so satisfying. They're so nice. They're serene. They're just like, they're doing something, okay? They're itching my brain, and I really love the sound effects, the music, everything in this game is really, really nice. I also love the creative freedom and just how beautiful everything is in this game. The graphics are stunning. There's also a camera mode where your build looks even better than what you thought it looked. You're like, wait, I made that? Like, it's very, very cool. There's also these adorable sheepies that float around, and they're really cute, and I like it. And if you put something on top of where they were, they'll float down on a little umbrella. So you can just see there's little whimsy, quirky things in this game. I feel like there's way more that I like about this game. I do like the options. I do like that you can't make anything that's just not beautiful. But let me tell you what I want, because there's a lot. I want to be able to move those little sheeps that I mentioned, to be able to pick them up, pluck them over, and put them between a fence or something if I'm building a farm. I want to be able to move them around and like use them in my build. I would also love additional animals to be added into this game, like cows. Where are they? But yeah, that's not a necessary thing, but I would appreciate it. I also want more color options. I feel like I'm just missing more color options. I just want more. That's all. That's simple as it is. I want round windows. I want a decor option that's in the menu, because the game does this thing where, okay, you put this next to this, now suddenly a wheelbarrow is spawning. If you click again, oh, now the window has a pot of flowers under it. Like, it just kind of is a click, 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 and you can't easily choose what you want to place there. So I'd like some decor options in the menu with the wheelbarrow, with all that stuff. I'd also love the addition of like clocks and other objects as well. Signs, things like that. I wouldn't even mind free DLC or paid DLC for this game if they ever go down that route. Now, this game just launched, so I'm not expecting that anytime soon, but I am wanting them to keep up with this game, keep up with updating it and adding more things in. I would also love more chimney options and just options in general. I'm going all over the place, but yeah. I would also love this game to have more community options within the game. So for the daily theme, for example, I'd love to be able to see what other people's themes are that they created if they want to upload it in to the game and show what their build was. I'd love to be able to go look at what other people made. I think that would be so cool. Or I don't know if that's a thing, but I would love that. And another thing that I didn't mention before is the option to add stairs more easily, because it can be a tedious process in this game. There's a couple ways to make stairs, but it's just not the easiest. You can like flatten a house and like and then put this the path over it, but that's not that helpful for me. I would like some stairs that you can just like plop out there and stretch and kind of like how you do the fences. Now, what do I dislike? I dislike that I feel an urgency for more items in this game. I've played about 10 hours so far, and that's only within 2 days of playing. And yes, my eyes are bloodshot because I've been playing this too much. I know I'm gonna take a screen break after this. It's fine, blah, blah, blah. Seriously, I just feel like this game has way more potential than even what is in the game. And I don't want to drop this game. I want to keep it going. I don't want to feel like I'm running out of resources and ideas and always wanting more. I don't like that I feel the need for more. I don't like that the space in the game feels so limited. I know it's tiny Glade, it's supposed to be tiny builds, but you kind of have this just square area to build on, and you can make really intricate builds, but I would like even more space and bigger layouts to build on. I don't like that some of the tools in the game feel limiting. I would like to create even taller mountains and hills and have more options for the flowers than what just spawns. So I'd like even more detailed customization, like choosing, okay, do I want this flower, this flower, this flower, and then like coloring with it. Another thing I don't like is the painting. It's very annoying when you're changing the colors of things, because if you don't do it as you're building, you have to go click, put the paint on, click, paint, click, paint, click, paint, click, paint on all the different things that you just placed down, and that can be kind of annoying. But overall, there is not much that I dislike in this game. This game is exactly what it describes itself as. It's a small diorama builder where you can just create and vibe and be cozy while you make a little castle. You make a Ghibli-inspired building. Like, it's very, very cool. I also want to take some time during this video to walk you through some of the gameplay and some of my builds. So we're gonna do that right now. You'll get a better idea of the game this way, rather than me just explaining it and showing footage. I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna show you, okay? Okay, let's do it. So this is one of the first builds I started with, and this is what I wanted to make, a farm, a little farm. This is what I made. I made this little thing here, and immediately I was like, I need to put the sheep in there, but I couldn't. So it's just like, whatever. And then I made this as a little mill. So like, I kind of started out like, oh, you can put the path here and make a door. And this is what I was talking about. These little items just pop up here. I'm also using the autumn layout for this one. I wanted to make like a secret garden with the wall that I found. Not sure I really like how it turned out, but this was kind of one of the first things I started with, this little build here. And then I ended up wanting to make a little hobbit house, which didn't turn out as I wanted to, because obviously it's very big, but I wanted to like put the ground behind it. I think we're going to recreate this actually, but basically I wanted like a door on the corner. And so yeah, as you can see, I'm just kind of getting my practice in as I do it. And so these are some of the builds I've made. So then I was like, well, let's make a round one. And I made this. You can place flags and like windows and different types of windows. And then like these things will spawn just depending, like, so if I click that, that'll have vines go on and off, but it's very random. I didn't know you could turn these, but you can. And like, I just discovered that later on. So for colors, this is like what you have at the bottom here. And when you do colors, you have to click through all of these, and it does make a beautiful little sound. Woo. as you go through. Yeah, you have windows, and when you place a window, you can put another next to it, which is not gonna let me do. And then like make that window there, and you have an eraser tool, you can erase it. You have flowers that you can place, but they are randomized. They're not like you can pick different flowers to lay out. You can place trees and they'll just grow a random tree, so you can click around until you find the one you want. And the path is literally just this brown path that you're seeing here. That's the only option. Now then, I came back to this build after doing some others and I got much better. Look at this cute little house. I looked at a little reference and I made this cute, adorable little house and I'm obsessed with it. I think it's so cute. Now, I did want to have more colors as I was building, but you know, I'm still very, very happy with it. And I love it. And this is my favorite house that I've made. It's like this little hobbit house, whimsical cottagecore house. And then you can go like in the little fenced yard, and I put trees behind it and lots of flowers. And I just love it. I turned the house sideways. I figured out you can like flatten the front and do things like that. So that was really cool. Then I made this one. I wanted to do something a little more colorful. So I'm kind of just like doing random houses in this build. It's not like I don't know. I guess I'll make a town. But yeah, then I just made this one also based off of a reference, but it looks very different from the reference. I just kind of create what I can create in the game as well as I can. And as I'm creating, I'm often wanting, oh, I want something here, but I don't want to put a flag. And if you go here, you have a window. Like you get tired of them a little bit quickly at times. This thing, I wish you could be more creative with. I wish you could like draw with this and make like a heart window or something. I think that would be really cool. And then you have like the little lanterns, which I put those ones like that. And the flags, like I said, which you can change the colors of when you use your painting. And you can also demo the colors, like I said, which is cool. And then chimney, it's just, that's like the only chimney option is this chimney, and then you can change the colors. So that's one of my builds. I want to show you guys some more. I've done like single building types of builds. So this one, I looked at a haunted mansion image and created this, and I'm very happy with this. I'm like very happy with this. So it has like a bridge going in. You can also change the time of day. I wanted it to be dark. Sorry, you can't see this. I'm blocking it. You can change the time of day, which I really like, by clicking this. And I wanted mine in the dark so that the windows would be showing and all of that. So you can also change the lighting of the windows with your paintbrush, like that. So that one I want it to be purple. These ones I want it to be yellow. The second option here, and then you can change like what the color is on here as well if you want it blue or whatever. And this is a fun one to take pictures of. So when you jump into the camera, look how amazing this looks. Like, this looks so good, and I just want to snap a picture right here. But it's not focused, so I will go like this, and like you can blur the background or unblur it. And like take the picture. It'll save to a little spot in your camera roll. You can darken vignette, you know, the edges. You can go like below, like you're hiding behind a rock or whatever. You can go above like that. Very cool. You can go sky high from the top, bird's eye view. Very cool. You can click this and get right into the folder where the images are saved. And there are filters as well. So you can do all sorts of different filters here and just drag your mouse through them. So this one looks cool. Like, oh my gosh, that looks amazing. That is so cool. I love taking the pictures, and I take a picture of every build I make. You can also do this. Like, okay, I want it sepia, I want it black and white. You can pretty much do that. Brightness, all of that. So super, super cool camera options. These are other filters. I don't really like them that much. It adds like this blurriness. This one, oops, I have both of them on. This one just like washes it out. And then the trees one just like makes them much more detailed, the trees or something. I couldn't figure out what that one did. So that was my Haunted Manor. There's also these daily themes. Yesterday's daily theme was Moon Temple. So I made a Moon Temple. Now it gives you this layout. It had the water, it had the moon, it had this tree here. And then I created the castle. So this is where I got a lot of practice. I realized you could put windows here. I just had a lot of fun with this one. I have the moon vibes there. So this one's super cool. And I want to put this one into the dark time. Ooh, that's pretty. You can get real close in and get detailed with things. Sometimes you accidentally go into the house. I don't find that the camera makes me sick or anything like that. You know, I'm controlling it and I don't have to move it all the time. So it's really nice. But yeah, you can add water as well. Like you see that there's water, you can add that. So really, really cool. Terraforming or whatever you want to call it. And then this is the one that I made today, which was the theme of the day. I like to make the theme of the day ones a little more simple. This one's more simple than I wanted it to be, but I just didn't find a lot of inspiration in this one. This one's theme is the Wizard Tower, and it kind of had like this tower built. So I didn't feel the most inspired with it, but this is kind of what it wasn't Wizard's Tower. It was Wizard School. Like, I don't know how to make a school. I don't want to think about a school. So this is what I made. I made a Wizard's Tower. I just ended up making it my own thing, I guess. So I had a lot of fun with this. And like I said, the camera is super cool. You can get really close in there and detailed. Like it makes it really show the diorama theme when you get in really close like that. Now, this is when you open a new one. I already had this one open from earlier. And this is in the autumn theme. You'll see that they'll put something in there for you. But you can just go in and be like, I don't want anything to start with. I want to start blank. And you can just get rid of all of the stuff. You can erase flowers. You can erase the dirt. You can add water. Wait, why is it not working? Oh, that's an eraser. Oops. You can add water. And then little fish will be in there. See them? They're already in there. That's so cool. And then you can do like... You can place trees, like I said. Oh, you can elevate the land. But you can't seem to like elevate it more than that. So that's kind of what you end up with. Now, when you right click, you can move something. Like you can move that tree. Look at the ducky. Ah, you can pet him. Where's he at? There, you can pet him. But you can't pick him up or move him. And then the flowers. Then you can even add more. Like you can go over it and add even more. And it just kind of creates so much. But you know what I'm saying? Listen to the sounds. Just listen. I'll shut up. then you can take your paintbrush and you use this one and you'll get that smooth. I like that. I love this one the most. It makes me happy because you can make a lot of stuff with it. You can even use the house to make like a path, kind of. So this is what some people have done, is they'll make like a path by laying it down like that. And then you can also use this, which is the path, the actual path thing, to flatten and make stairs. So making it look like a path. And then you have to go here and click another. I forgot to say earlier, but I wish there was a duplicate button. That's actually really important to me, is that there would be a duplicate button. But there's not. You can also stack things. And then when you have dirt underneath, it'll create arches or doors. So let me show you here on this house. You can create a door using a window by placing it down. Right, let's show it on this side. Placing it down like that. Or you can use the square windows. And then you can click and you'll get these little pop-up guys, but you can't find those like in the menu. And then you could also make a door, turn that into a window, by putting a path underneath. Okay, and then you have to be very specific with the path. So here I'm using the erase the path option to make it smaller. So now I have this little door. And if I want, I can pull it up. But I can't like stretch it side to side, which is annoying. So yeah, that's just a little tutorial of what the game has to offer you. I have a whole stream up on this game if you want to see more of that. And there are some tips and tricks videos out there already on this game. But those are some thoughts. Some other things come out. But yeah, I'm really loving the game. I didn't expect to like this game as much as I did, and I've just been spending all of my time thinking about it, thinking about what I want to create. I actually wanted to work on a Zelda review video and continue my gameplay in that game, but all I can think about is this game and what I want to do and what I want to make. So I was like, why don't I just make a video on this game so I can get it out of my head a little bit. I don't know if that'll help, but maybe it will. I definitely recommend picking this game up. It is so much fun. Even when I was going in there showing you gameplay, I couldn't stop playing. I was getting so into it, and I'm like, I don't want to make this an hour-long video for you guys. So I had a great time just going in and showing you what I made. It's so fun, and I'm very proud of it. People are making even more intricate builds than I am. They're making these insanely beautiful builds that are so cool. And if you want to share what you've created in Tiny Glade, then please join my Discord and post it in our Tiny Glade thread. We'd love to see it and hype you up on your builds. It is such a fun game. I highly recommend it, and I hope you check it out. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you in my next YouTube video. Bye!